Now, whether this be a satellite dish or something alien, I have no idea. Look at there's only half a circle here. There are also places where only half of the circle is formed and it's not glowing as much. And look at the light at the end of this white strip. Is that what's making the round trail to make the circle? How is this circle being made ovally and symmetrically round when it's over bumpy mountains up and down? This looks like half of the circle is either buried or they're starting to build another circle. Those lights on the surface of the moon move. Look at those pathways right here, these roads that are high up like overpasses, gray, that go from right to left, from sort of up to down on the right of the video here as we're panning through. The lights are sitting on those pathways. And when they advance, they leave a gray color on the ground, whether it be them drilling or grinding or I don't know, it's doing something. They're making all these paths. The lights are making all these pathways. See how the lights are placed? It's not natural formations. None of these lights are. And they're always bright. They're not being reflected by the sun. On all angles, they are bright. There's light coming from all angles of them. Very intricately placed. We're zoomed in here quite a bit. The clouds moved out for us, and look at the surface. By slowly panning like this, we'll be able to entirely see the surface. If you're wondering at what level I get questions like this, how high is someone when he's viewing with the telescope? The view, how high off the surface of the moon is it? Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. When you're flying in an airplane, you can't see any structures, basically. Dover Dam, maybe? You could see these big areas like a small dime out of the window of an airplane. So we have to be here. I have no idea what, 40,000 feet, maybe 50,000, maybe less. I'd be curious to know exactly how high off the ground we are. I still think between 30 and 40,000. Notice the square, sort of rectangle, where everything's brown inside this area, where you can see a different coloration as compared to the rest of the moon. Why more here? Is it because of the energy source that's on the surface of the moon that's making me see more of the color around it? It does look like it's cut out purposely, that colored area. Now we're going to pan very slowly here. I rarely hear people mentioning this path leaving. Watch the grayish path leaving this brown gravel pit area. It will go to a spiral. There are two paths, actually. They look elevated, like they're on a mountain or a ridge that was purposely built, or this path was purposely built on it. Look at the spiral, like sort of super track car here. Spiral right there, where all the white is accumulated, which is not glowing, but there's a lot of white stuff there. Whether it be snow or mountains, there is a spiral path, then it goes all the way up to the cold side of the moon. I need 100 zoomed here, so I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit on the path. You'll get about 5-10 seconds of it. Take a close look. So there's a huge area underneath the energy source. When I say energy source, it's that white spot underneath, and you could see an entrance and a bunch of little strips leaving that. Are they all tunnels? Is this mountain? Is it natural? I don't think so. I think this is what they're digging out. They're digging out the moon, something out of the moon. Many spots they're mining on the moon. We'll come back in 4 weeks or 3 weeks to see if the lights change. I'll get the same slow pan. I'll write the date, keep the moon phase, time, date, everything. Before understanding the moon, we're going to have to try to see what happens on the surface of the moon, the change. And this is going to take many months, many years probably. But every so often, every moon phase, every full moon, we should be seeing a change in something. For example, are these lights going to change places? Are they going to grow? Are they going to dim? We're going to have to take note of these. Will there be more trails leaving these lights? Are trails being built?